So I have seen so many people bash Rent a Girlfriend. I personally enjoyed the anime. I didn't go into it expecting something crazy. I just thought it would be something light and fun to get through, but I see it get absolutely shit on all the time. But I see most people say that it was because of the manga, and after fully catching up to the manga, I fully understand why. Don't get me wrong, I don't think I can read 200 plus chapters of something if I think it's just god awful and not enjoyable. This series definitely has its problems, but I do still enjoy it. This video will have two different discussions, one about the negatives and two about the positives. So if you clicked on this hoping for Rent a Girlfriend to get dragged, you will be happy. If you clicked for praise on Rent a Girlfriend, you'll probably be happy too. But time for the synopsis. So Kinoshita Kazuya is a 20-year-old failure of a college student. He managed to kiss his girlfriend once, but was dumped after a month. He thought, damn it, I never want to go through this again. Completely spiteful, Kazuya uses a certain method to date a girl. He goes to their meeting place and suddenly hears, "You're Kazuya, right?" A beautiful girl brushing her long black hair behind her ear was sitting there smiling at him. Her name was Mizuhara Chizuru. Something real is born after just a single rental. Wait, rewind that. Something real is born after just a single rental. Okay, well, that's a lie if I've seen one. So if you have clicked on this video and you have not seen Rent a Girlfriend, I'm not gonna lie, maybe you should click off. I may not go crazy in-depth with spoilers, but I will throw certain things in here. But back to what I was saying. That's a lie. So on their very first rental date, when Kazuya sees Chizuru for the first time, he goes off on her, as we all remember. But since there is still time remaining after this, Chizuru and Kazuya go to see his grandma at the hospital. And when she sees Chizuru with him, she is introduced as his girlfriend. And crazy thing, Chizuru's grandma is there at the exact same time. And guess what? Both of the grandmas are friends, which is a huge unfortunate situation. So this makes the lie even bigger. You're gonna come clean, you would assume, but no. I do think this is a huge reason why people dislike the manga so much. At least one of the main reasons. I will get into the rest of them later. But from like the first chapter all the way to now, they still aren't in a relationship and are still lying to everyone that they care about. To be fair, a lot of things come up to keep them lying, whether it's a death in the family, someone from their quote-unquote partner's family telling them how much they care for them, or simply just not being the right time. But the thing is, after 300 plus chapters, I can see why it would grow annoying to some people. I also apologize if I'm all over the place. That's kind of my personality though. I wouldn't say that I dislike Chizuru. She actually is probably my favorite character, but she does have some annoying parts in the story. She just does not know how to voice her feelings, which is perfectly normal, but some of the things she says is just so vague. It's not fair to herself or for Kazuya. But I will say that she has grown a lot at this point in the manga. Honestly, the only people who annoy me are her and Kazuya, and it's not really her anymore, so probably just Kazuya. Next we'll talk about their development. There seems to be a little to none throughout most of the manga, and I will say for a romance series that may be fine and normal. The only reason why I say it isn't for this series is because those are like first year high school students in those other series, so of course they can't communicate their feelings and they don't know how to express themselves or read body language or anything like that. But even so, I'd say those manga don't really exist anymore. Most couples now, they'd be in middle school in these series making progress in the first 50 chapters, and Chizuru and Kazuya, they're in college. It's not like they're in their first years either. They're in their 20s, so they've had some years in college. They should have had some progress way earlier on in the story. At the point where I'm at now in the manga, they seem to finally be progressing, but it took so long. I can see why people have dropped it at this point. Also, there are some panels that are really good in this, like with really good moments, but it just takes so long to get there. It could be 17 pages of Kazuya just rambling and just being annoying, and then Chizuru says something really nice or like really sweet. Just getting to that point where it's just 17 pages of just rambling and nothing real being said. It's just crazy, bro. Okay, lastly, on the negative side of things, we're gonna be talking about Kazuya. Kazuya, without a doubt, is probably the worst thing about this show. and he is probably the worst main character I have seen in any anime. I have seen a shit ton of anime. People told me how bad he was before I started this show, and I was like, there's no way he's actually that bad, right? I'm gonna give him a chance. You know, it's not fair to just do that. But bro, he really is. He just has so many unlikable qualities. He is a nice guy, I guess. Once again, the bad points are just so bad. I won't get into them all. We know how him and Chizuru are lying about this whole situation with their relationship to everybody. At first, before she started catching feelings for him, she said it was gonna be just until they found a girlfriend for him, which is perfectly reasonable. And although things are looking up for them right now in the story, he has had multiple chances to get with a girl. He had Ruka throwing herself at him, someone who is a good cook, she is good looking herself, and knows her feelings. He just doesn't like her, but he likes Chizuru, and that's fine. But when he said he was going to give the relationship a shot with Ruka, I feel like he never really gave it a shot. He was always looking at Chizuru, still trying to book her. It was just a mess. And he's in college. This is my biggest problem with it. He is in college and he is pretty broke. Continuing to book her when you have a good chance to get with mommy and also get with a girl who I'm pretty sure likes you in Sumi, and you literally have a girlfriend in Ruka. He has a part-time job and is working overtime and going to college so that he can book dates with Chizuru and spend a lot of money on her, going on very expensive dates, which is really crazy, bro. That is a lot. I feel like I've said enough about the negatives of the series. Now let's talk about what I enjoy about the series. I will stand on this. I think the whole movie production arc was really damn good. One of the best arcs in romance anime in totality, because there was something just huge in this. Chizuru's grandma was super sick, and Chizuru made a promise to her that she would see her be a star in a movie one day. But it wasn't looking good because her grandma, her health just kept declining. So Kazuya decided to come up with the plan to make a movie himself to show to her grandma. I think this is honestly where he started winning over Chizuru. Do I have proof? No. But I'm just assuming here. And although they did finish the movie, she died anyways before she could really see it. She did see some of it, but she couldn't really focus on it considering as to how she was minutes away from death. It was a miracle that she lasted as long as she did. A few weeks after her death, from my recollection, Kazuya finally takes her on a date, and we finally got to see Chizuru cry. This was a huge moment for her, because we never see her act like a normal person because she is always under her happy girlfriend facade, especially on dates. I think this is also the moment where I was like, you know what? I really do like her. Don't get me wrong, I did love her before, definitely, but this put her over the top for me. Also, I want to say that I think the art style is great. When it comes to a romance series, I really think that the art is what grabs the reader in. Don't get me wrong, it could be for any anime, but when you click on an anime that's about romance, you tend to click on the most noticeable girls. Next, we are going to talk about the characters. I think that they are all done very well, and they're also super different. Chizuru, we've already talked about her, and we know about her from the anime already. She's the main character. Sumi, she's super shy, and she has pink hair. Pretty good design. We don't know too much about her. Ruka, of course, she has a good design, nice character, and we talked about her a little bit earlier as well. Mami, she is probably the most complex character. Her backstory we get in the manga, and it kind of makes sense to why she does what she does. But don't get me wrong, she's still a jackass, but every story needs one of those characters. Something I do is I go on AniList when I watch a show just to see how popular the characters are, and she was by far the most popular character in Rent a Girlfriend, and that surprised me. And lastly, bro, we have Minnie. She's my absolute favorite aside from Chizuru. She was good in the anime, but in the manga, she is now really good because she basically becomes the character you see the most behind Kazuya and Chizuru after a while. So my final thoughts, is the series perfect? No, it's far from perfect, but I do think that it has its enjoyable parts in it. Like I said at the beginning, I don't think I would be able to read 200 plus chapters of something if it was just horrible. They could have definitely done more, and some of it definitely drags, probably for money. But at the end of the day, I enjoy the series for what it is, even though I recognize the series has a glaring list of problems. I hope you all enjoy the video, and thank you for watching.